The market looked weak in the morning, scared everyone, even me also, but quickly recovered by the evening. Why did buyers suddenly step in? Let me explain in today's market like a simple tug of war. Hi, this is Mahesh Kadravan. I am a debt freedom coach, and every week on Friday, I decode professional market report like Motilal Oswal into simple stories so that a mutual fund investor or a personal finance expert can understand what is happening in the market without fear, tips, or technical jargon. Now, please hear a disclaimer. Do take your financial decisions based on your professional financial advisor, certified financial professional, or qualified personal finance professional so that you can rest assured that your money is in safe hand. Don't just watch this video and take action because this is purely an education video. You just have to just have an idea and discuss with you. Okay, great. Now, if you invest for the long term and want clarity and no noise, then you are in the right place. Let's come back to it. Today's market was not about speed. It was all about strength. Now imagine a tug of war. Tug of war means it's like a rope behind which is stretched by two of the two teams, right? So in the mornings, bears were pulling hard and the ropes were moved down quickly and the market slipped to close to 25,500. And at that moment, looked like bear was winning. Now, there's a lot of things are there which we don't understand as a mutual fund investor, as a common investor, as a layman, what is happening. So, bull and bears are a different kind of concept. But markets don't move just on force, they move on convictions. Okay, so around that 25,500 level, buyers slowly stepped in. Now, that was not shouting or not rushing, just quietly holding the rope. But that tells us something important, that buyers were waiting for the lower levels, not running away. That's very important thing, that you have to enter in the market when the low things are there. But the problem is that we as an investors, we don't get into that things because sometimes whatever we don't able to time the market, and that's not the right way. We should not time the market, right? We are not the traders, we are the pure investors who are investing in a market. So that's more important when we talk about these things. Now, as the day progressed, but bulls were having more strength. And by the end of the session, Nifty recovered sharply, closed around nearly 25,694 and finished the day in the green. So even though the bears started strong, bulls refused to let the slip further. And that's most important thing which we talk about, because a lot of things somewhere we think that no, this is not the right, and we feel that okay, this is we need to go ahead and we need to do things. But yes, sometimes we need to take the step of okay. So this is what the report is. But yes, there are a lot of details I will wanted to go ahead with this. And quickly before that, I will just share you one slide as well. Image file. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the file which I was talking about. Now, if you see this one slider, everything is there. Now, why the Bulls got confident? This is a very important question. The because question is that why is Bill sudden? Because two players joined their side. Now, what is the important thing? The important thing was US India trade hopes. Market were expecting the progress on US India trade negotiation. If you see in the previously 1 or 2 days, there was a good news from the US India trade relation, right? Especially around the reciprocal tariffs. So in a tug of war, it means that a stronger teammate just grabbed the rope. That's the funda of it, what we can say. The second player who joined the side of Bull was the RBI policy support. So RBI kept the repo rate unchanged at 5.25%. But there was no surprise, no tightening, no shock. There was nothing like in the market that suddenly RBI has kept the repo. No, it was good. That tells the investor that borrowing conditions were stable and growth is not being choked. So bulls felt comfortable holding their ground, and that's why the bulls were looking at very good, and the buyers were there after. When we talk about the sectoral story, so if you look at the reality, the FMG and you can see the consumer durables, they all oil and gas have led the gains. Tire stocks jumped after strong MRF Q3 bookings as well. Okay, and FMG stocks rose after Nykaa's solid earnings. Now, if you want to go with that, you can just go ahead and do it about that, right? So this is not a speculative buying. This is an earning based buying and money moving towards stability. And globally, if you see, things were mixed. On the global level, US markets were weak due to IT stocks, and Asian and Europe markets were uneven also. So global support was also not strong. Yet our market was good. So that tells that domestic confidence is currently stronger than the global fear. And that's very good thing from our side that we are continuing investor in our market because our economy is moving, is developing, and recent budgets have showed that level as well. Now, when we talk about the technical aspect, technically speaking, 25,500 has become a strong support. So if Nifty formed a candle with a long lower shoulder shadow. Now, what I mean by that, simple words, buyers are active whenever the markets are dip. Now, when you see the market go up or open up on the Monday, that make the game changer. We don't know what is happening in that. Now, what this mean for investors like us? That's the main funda. Like, what is really matters to us? This is all okay from the other perspective, right? For the investors, this is not a panic market. Okay, this is a controlled and disciplined market. Okay, so money is not leaving the system, it's actually changing the hands. Now this I have quoted again in one of the weekly report. If you see, go back into the last month, I've saying the same thing. This is not a panic market. Again, there was a control and discipline market, so it's not leaving the system, it's changing the hands. So for the long term mutual fund investors or personal finance who are looking at investors, this phase is all about patience, and SIP discipline and calm thinking, because that's where the market will roll. Now, if you want to weekly market headlines explained without noise, and follow and subscribe to the channel because you're new, and I read the reports, decode them, and explain what actually matters in a layman language, so that you don't have to react emotionally to daily market moves. Like, so see you next week, and let me know in the comments how this video worked for you. Thank you so much.